But if all else fails, you can move to Italy and buy a house for $1.
So there's this new buy a house for $1 thing. I saw him doing it in Baltimore.
It's happening in basically cities all over the world where they've had mass, basically people leaving. If you look at Italy and France, these are like aged populations, no population growth, need people to come move in there. Mm-hmm. So they're offering these things where like $1 a house, basically live here, pay taxes and recreate. Yeah. I actually do think it's an amazing idea. And I think people are moving to cities and countries and states where they feel like they'd be a lot happier.
Yeah.
And by the way, like moving to Italy, like I've spent a lot of time there the last year. It's a different, obviously, speed.
And beautiful aesthetic.
Yeah. And it's just like,
there's a group that it's probably great for.
People need to start rethinking the simplest things is what the healthiest people have lived off.
Yeah.
And I think, fuck it, go move to Italy.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right. It's Sunday. We're here. It was a week ago that my parents were here.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like feels longer.
It feels like a month.
It kind of does. And the audience, I will say, loved Mr. Paff.
Loved.
And he was so flattered. He played it cool.
Yeah.
But I showed him the comment where someone said he should do voiceover. There was a lot of good feedback.
You know what I got? Someone in the office that listens to the pod who's from the Midwest. He's like, I want monthly Midwest feedback.
Right. It's pretty good for to, not have the bubble. I mean, we could have him call in on Wednesdays.
We should.
I think so. I think he
would love
obviously he's obviously very intelligent and articulate. And the one other comment I got was like, hey, we need the South's perspective.
Right. That's fair. I don't know.
I'll give you the South's perspective. You ready to hear it? USA! 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 That is the South's perspective.
There you go. Live from the South.
Yeah. What's going on in Alabama? USA! USA! What's going on in Mississippi? USA! USA!
So basically everywhere outside of LA and New York is USA.
Right.
Yeah, we're America, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And then here it's Palestine and Ukraine.
But I told you the UCLA thing. I think it's bullshit.
No, it's not.
I've seen some videos. Wait. What do you think's
Ollie,
bullshit?
who listens to the podcast, he lives above Westwood. He showed me 17 helicopters.
But what do you mean by bullshit?
So my point was I was at UCLA Hospital Monday and Tuesday.
Where the hospital
And
is, the
Wednesday.
protest is not where the protests are
You're saying
happening.
there
And I
was
was
no commotion.
driving through the campus and I was
you were
doing the
not.
whole thing.
That's a lie.
But there's one spot.
No,
by the library.
my point.
There's nowhere to drive.
No. Here's
There's
my
an
point.
encampment.
Right?
Yeah.
There's one.
If it was actually dangerous, the hospital would have said, hey,
Oh yeah.
maybe chill out.
I don't think it's dangerous like that. It's dangerous like someone's going to get hit with a chair.
They're just defacing property.
There's just a lot of emotions. I mean, you see the videos. They're pushing and
It's
shoving.
not dangerous in the sense that like
They're
people are
throwing
dying.
banisters. But I think that the reason why I would feel dangerous if you were law enforcement is like it's ripe for someone to do something wild.
Yes, that's the problem.
And it looks like I saw a bunch of videos of it. It finally hit my TikTok algorithm. And it seems like there's a lot of people there that are not college students.
Absolutely not.
That is crazy.
They're enablers.
Why is that okay?
Yeah, that's the problem. I actually think that's the biggest problem with the college protests in particular.
I think there were a small number of protesters that were doing dangerous stuff, but it's really small.
But why are non-college students on a college campus?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Like kind of harassing kids. And
Yeah.
stuff. Like you can't walk here.
Like the guy that got arrested in Colombia was 40 years old.
But my
40
point
years old? What
is,
is he doing
Right.
on the campus?
Like,
There's
is that
other
allowed?
Yeah.
my point is, I went to In-N-Out. I went to PJ's.
That's not where the protests are.
It's
dude.
not that big.
No, but,
LA's
no. Hold on. If it were that dangerous, the
Then why did the
hospital
police show up?
the hospital would have been like, hey, yo, don't go.
No, that's not true.
No. It's not.
That's not how it works.
It's also not, like I said, it's not like so dangerous that you can't be around the UCLA campus, which is huge. It's just, that area, like I said, is ripe for things. It feels like something could spill over very quickly. Like
The
if you were
LAPD
a
doesn't
little,
show up for anything. So the fact they showed up here,
Right.
there was an ounce of danger.
like if you're, I don't even want to put this out into the world, but I'll say this: if you're a, let's say, mentally unstable person with a view that is radical, either way, there's a place, and you know it's there, and everyone's on edge, and everyone's pushing and shoving, and I just think that is what's dangerous. I don't think anyone's. So far, nothing dangerous has happened. It's just weird. It just seems like people that aren't. Seems like grown adults that aren't college students, and there's tents and there's kids getting, on both sides. Sort of. It just seems weird. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it. It's just seems.
I don't want to get into the political part of it, but I said this on the last podcast. I think social media is over exaggerating what's happening.
But that's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything. Social media does an
You're right.
incredible job of making everything crazier than it actually is.
If you're saying it's not nearly as dangerous as it looks on social media, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, one of those comedians, Tim Dillon, who's hilarious, said he went there just to poke around and see what was going on. And
he went to UCLA, or where'd he go?
Yeah.
Columbia.
To the place at UCLA, to
Okay.
the
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
And he said they were friendly to him and taking photos. And then one of the kids said, yo, I think it's going to get fucking crazy at 2 a.m. And he's like, what's happening at 2 a.m.? He's like, heard they're coming to fucking shoot tear gas into the crowd. And he's like, all right, I'm out of here. But I don't even know if anything even happened, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's strange times. Okay. So that's Mr. Paff. Starbucks. You have a Starbucks thing?
I got an insider at Starbucks giving me great content because
How did this cross your mind?
So we talked about it, I don't know, last pod or the pod before
This is
last.
on Wednesday.
Starbucks,
I think it's Wednesday's
Starbucks
pod.
is showing
Yeah, they're declining. Yeah.
in sales.
Right.
And to me, as an avid Starbucks user, it's kind of surprising that people are buying less coffee.
What do you order from Starbucks?
I order a iced mocha, half the pumps, not
Low pump.
low pumps,
Yeah.
little pump.
Yeah, a little pump.
Little pump.
You're 12 hours from a Starbucks, right?
Yeah, I mean less. 8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours from a Starbucks.
You land and get the Starbucks.
right away.
Right.
Actually, in New York, I go to a place called Gregory's.
You're adding to the decline.
In New York, there's enough options.
But why?
Wait, so you land at the airport and you're not going to go to the Starbucks like you always say you pre-order?
No, but in JFK, there's no Starbucks.
Oh,
LA.
got it.
Yeah. There's not Starbucks in any of the terminals I go to.
So what's the reason for the decline? Or do we have
So it's interesting. Food sales are down 5% across the board. So he gave an example is one cake pop, which is like a popular item there. It's like a lollipop
Very
cake
popular.
looking thing.
Yep.
Used to be $2.75 a year ago. It's $3.75 now.
Yeah.
Average sandwich is $5, which is pretty good still.
Yeah.
But the food itself is noticeably smaller. So they kept the price. Shrinkflation. This is what Joe Biden was talking about.
Right.
He would say the Doritos, when you open the Doritos bag,
Was that his Super Bowl commercial?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay, so they're shrinkflating.
And I think so. And here's actually the more interesting thing that this person said. I don't know if you remember, we talked about this 6 months ago. Starbucks made a very big bet on olive oil and coffee.
Okay.
Olive oil has a lot of benefits. You guys in your, weird growth hacking,
the
biohacking.
human world, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's drinking olive oil.
I'm not
They're
one of those guys,
Fucking
okay?
bathing in olive oil,
I'm
shots.
not a fucking biohacker.
Okay.
Okay. I just enjoy working out now.
Okay.
That's all.
But you have olive oil somewhere in your life.
I cook with it.
Yeah.
What's Starbucks have to do with olive oil?
So in Italy, olive oil in coffee is a thing.
You put it in the coffee?
Yes. So they have olive oil based lattes now in Starbucks. So
Is that like
I was
a
at
fat thing. What is that?
next to my kid's school, there's a Starbucks. So I went there right when this olive oil thing launched. And I was like, how is that thing? And the guy goes, I don't know, I ain't trying that shit. That's what he said.
I mean, it seems gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you even noticed the taste, but I was like, should I get it? And he's like, nah, man, no one gets it. And funny enough, this person also said that it's $7 or $8 for this drink, and it's their most expensive drink. And they made a huge bet on olive oil. And
Starbucks did.
Starbucks. Look, to be fair, it is the right bet, but the audience is niche.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Erewhon audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like it hasn't reached the rest of America. And maybe in 5 years, olive oil makes sense. I think right this second, olive oil and coffee seems like some weirdo shit.
That makes sense.
I looked it up. It's just like a lot of people put MCT oil in coffee, which is just fats, healthy fats.
Yeah. That's like bulletproof.
Right. And I think it's kind of a different version of that. I don't know. That's a reach.
I think it's good.
I'm curious, Drama, what biohacking stuff are you doing?
I'm not doing much. I just bought a
I know you work
sauna.
out a lot.
Well, Drama has a 78-ounce fucking jug. Like
I drink water. I drive a meathead jug. I drink water. I work out. I bought a sauna.
A lot of meat.
A lot of meat.
You're just like the protein guys.
I'm not biohacking. You fucking weirdos.
What are you doing? I don't know. Jerking off with olive oil?
I cover myself in olive oil before bed. I mean, that's normal.
But you're not doing anything crazy.
No.
I actually think
you're not doing like TRT or any of that stuff.
No. I mean, I will once whenever my testosterone levels drop. Sign me up, but I don't need it right now.
Look, I actually think the real biohacking thing is go back to basics, because if you think about like what everyone is preaching is like eat meat, work out, get sunlight.
You just be a caveman.
Yeah, eat like a caveman was a very famous book back in the day. And I think the reality of like the healthiest lifestyle is do the most basic things.
Yeah.
Be more active. Because even in the Blue Zone, I don't know if you watched any of that.
I did.
But like
just friends and fucking basic shit.
And sunlight. It's like have some friends.
Like have a passion, some friends, get some fucking sunlight and eat a lot of protein.
Yes.
And you'll live forever.
I'm actually gonna like shout out. So I started a new workout. I texted D and Josh actually. He was my Barry's instructor from 10 to 15 years ago. So in my 20s. And he disappeared to India, became a full yogi.
Right.
And did like the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that.
He came back. He opened a studio. No, I know you don't have to do it.
Leave the fucking this from here to my house.
But no, my point is, he came back. He opened a studio down the street. It's like literally half a mile from here. And I started training with him, and he was like, "No, we need to do like." He's doing strength training with me.
Yeah,
but he's like, "No, we need to like, do breath work. We need to do yoga. We need like." Your energy needs to get better.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like that, but I don't do it. I do occasionally.
And by the way, I think
because our mom actually preaches that to us.
Yeah.
Like you need to do breath work. And like,
that's right.
I called my mom and she was actually asleep in India. And I wanted to explain to her like how proud you'd be that I did this workout.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I've definitely went through phases where I have done more like meditation. Like I know what all of it is. The breathwork people, I know those people.
Yeah.
I think it's all great. I just don't. Even if you look at Huberman's like protocol, it's not really that crazy. The only thing that I don't do that you do on in that protocol is cold plunge of any kind.
Yeah.
But it's really just wake up early, go outside and get direct sunlight, not staring at the sun, into your eyes within the first 10 minutes of being up. Drink water before you drink caffeine. It's pretty basic. But yeah, the breath work and the...
I actually think...
I get massages once a week.
Like the people that live to 100 years old, 110, these people,
their
lives are simple.
Yeah, and they just have friends and a passion. And
yeah. couple sunlight, a
And
couple
move.
glasses of wine,
A little
and fucking
physical.
chilling.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think it's that complicated to live a healthy life.
You just can't watch the news all day, be fucking miserable, and
Yes.
slam McDonald's.
Yes.
That's
pretty simple.
revolutionary to say don't do that.
Yeah, get off your phone. Don't watch too much TV. Be active.
Yeah.
Like I think just be like.
I don't have anything on my phone.
Because we have two like kids in sports.
This is what my phone looks like.
What the fuck is that? Okay, obviously not everyone. Very few people watch us on YouTube. Drama posted his phone. There's 2 buttons.
Text and phone.
Text and phone. What kind of fucking witchcraft are you doing over there?
I do that.
That's your actual phone?
Yeah.
Not like a bat phone?
No.
You have nothing.
There's no social media.
How do you get around? You have Matt? How do you work? How do you order food?
No, it's
Forget food. How do you work?
that stuff is there. It's just hidden and no notification. So I have the things I do have that like let
He
me live my
literally
life.
has only text and phone. His entire screen is blank. He has 2 things.
You run a pretty sizable business.
Yeah.
And how do you?
Well, the main thing is
Slack.
Slack is on here. It's just muted and hidden. So
What about doing the work day?
same. I check it on when I want to check it. And then
Can someone
Email.
contact you during the day?
yeah, call me. Well, no, you can Slack me. The only thing
Like you have executives.
Yeah.
Can they
But
reach
you have
you?
your desktop.
yeah, I have computers and everything. But the only time my phone will light up or make any noise or do anything is if you call me. So if you text me 50 times right now, I have no idea.
I will say,
But
the
you can
times
call
I've
me if it's
texted
an emergency.
You're pretty responsive.
Yeah, I'm not
so
a
is this
weirdo.
bullshit?
No,
Or
I'm a rat. I'm still sitting here and I still will look and make sure. Or if I know I'm in a conversation with someone, I'm present.
Yeah.
But it's just that, or you call me if it's any sort of emergency. But it's the difference of I handle the work on my time as opposed to at all hours of the day notifications. Biohack.
Yeah, this is like your olive oil.
That's my olive oil. It works.
The other interesting Starbucks fact is top location, downtown Disney.
Wow.
Here.
It sounded like in the country.
No, sorry. I meant here, not Florida.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He said that the average Starbucks that he sees does around $2,000 a day. That downtown Disney's is $30,000 a day.
$30,000.
I wonder what it looks like. Like, is it bigger?
Just the traffic. Think about it.
I know, but 30, 15x, that has to be. I've been to Starbucks that are doing 2K
Yeah.
and slammed.
Yeah.
Takes forever.
Yeah. The problem is the average ticket's $5, $10.
Right.
You're doing 200, 300, 400 orders.
So people are just like, hey,
I feel like the
I have to
Starbucks
take
near
my kids
in our
for 12 hours. I need 5 coffees.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well, it's a 5x the people, right? Like, I think $2,000 a day feels light. Also, I feel like in the areas that we go to the Starbucks, those Starbucks are doing way more. I see 100 orders in like.
Right. They're talking about like in Nebraska, a regular
Well,
Starbucks.
why are the earnings down?
It's just demand. I think the inflation piece is real.
I also wonder if Panera had that like heart attack lemonade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Coffee, yeah. And coffee's also competitive now.
They're like I'm saying, I wonder
Yeah.
if there's like because look, nobody at Starbucks is drinking coffee. It's all fucking smoothie,
Junks.
sugary smoothie. It's like milkshakes.
Yeah. Milkshake with flash of coffee.
I'm not kidding. I wonder if you looked at like what percentage of Starbucks sales is coffee. You can either be the contents of the beverage or an individual coffee.
Yeah.
I bet you it's
Yeah. If you're like one of those coffee snobs, there are independent coffee shops
right.
that people love.
And look, true coffee snobs drink black coffee.
Yeah.
It's just where did the beans come from and all that shit.
Yeah.
They're like Baskin Robbins.
They are.
Yeah. So I bet you there's just other competitors with like huge, ridiculous drinks like Panera. There's cheaper food options. Their food.
And McDonald's coffee is like huge.
Right.
If you just want black coffee and you're on a budget, fucking McDonald's is great.
But
Yeah.
McDonald's is down.
Yeah. But that's the scale of McDonald's is incomparable to any other coffee chain.
I also just feel like I'm telling you, there's this
Do you think high-end coffee is up?
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's up.
as a whole market, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
The
There's no
TAM.
doubt.
The
It's
TAM is probably
because there are, in any market, starts getting fragmented, and there's like this top piece where people just are willing to spend more money than the next person just to get a better experience, a better product. And coffee in places in relatively big cities. I mean, forget it. I was in Columbus, Ohio, and I got, a $7 fucking latte on that street next to the college.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Starbucks?
no, at like some trendy, our croissants are flown in from whatever.
There's probably a lot of those that have popped up.
Yeah. I think everyone wants, because the one thing about social media is you're seeing all these people at Erewhon, sitting in fucking Columbus, Ohio. You're like, fuck it. I want that coffee. I want that juice. Yeah. I'll go open this business.
Yeah. Plus, I do feel like we talk about how good it is and how much money's floating around. I think there's a really big group of people that are not doing well, and inflation is rocking them, and they haven't gotten raises, and they haven't. And I think, I don't know. Everyone keeps, including us, kind of saying like, yeah, but look at the numbers and jobs are good and everything's good. But I think that's happening.
The jobs data actually came out pretty light on Friday,
Those are all
right?
part-time federal jobs.
Yeah.
It's such a lie. I think it's all bullshit.
All the jobs data is lies. None of that shit is real.
I literally at this point am kind of serious. I think inflation numbers, jobs, I think it all can be manipulated a lot.
I mean, here's what I'll tell you is that if you're like a publicly traded company, you can frame data however you want.
Yeah.
And some people know how to frame it better than the others.
Yeah.
And I think the federal government is OG framer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They framed the Constitution. They could frame some fucking bullshit ass data.
Yeah, they frame it all, yeah.
And they're framing whatever is in benefit of the narrative that America's healthy and doing well.
It's like when they said like the jobs were good, but they didn't count the people that dropped out of the job market.
Yes.
The anecdotal data that I hear just in LA.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, I'm in like a 3-mile bubble.
Yep.
Is that it's not great.
And that's LA. That means it's horrible everywhere else.
Yeah. Right.
Like restaurants are lower, nothing's busy. And
I think there's a small group of people, and by small, I mean quite a bit of people still have done really, really well. There's a lot of money flying around. There's a lot of people grabbing that money. I think there's a group that has just done really well, and the stock market's up, and we know how much cash is on the sidelines, and we know all that stuff. But I think there's a lot of just everyday working people that are doing really bad. And I think inflation is serious. And like I said, I don't think those people have gotten raises. Companies have laid off or been kind of tightening up for a while now. We started talking about that over a year ago.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
think
that
soft.
could be affecting all of these things.
I will say that LA economy seems soft.
Yeah. And once again, that is LA. That's kind of like Nobu, Malibu. Like if LA is feeling it,
the rest of the country.
Arkansas is really feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into some news. Well, we already kind of talking about news, but more news. Warren Buffett, a little, grim.
Yeah.
And I could see you'd be, taking a look at your mortality if you're old Warren.
Yep.
He had his annual meeting, his Berkshire Hathaway meeting. It always gets big news, everyone goes, he obviously gets a lot of press, just seeing what he has to say, the Oracle of Omaha.
Yeah, I think his partner Charlie Munger passed I believe last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's probably just kind of reflecting on life, and he's the greatest investor of all time by any measure.
Right.
And it was just kind of sad to read his remarks because
He kind of said like, I hope I'm here next year.
yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his things. Basically, kind of just commenting. He's 93 years old.
Damn.
All those Dr. Peppers and
Right.
McDonald's catch up to you. Let me tell you, he ain't biohacking.
So should we just get
There's
on
never a case
McDonald's
for
and
not- yeah.
But I think
Dr. Pepper?
the point of actually of healthy lifestyle is actually what Drama said. That's like starts with purpose. It starts with being active. It starts with
I
community.
also think-
it's
Yeah.
very simple. It's not
I
that
also
complicated.
think him being in Omaha probably extended his life by like 20 years.
Well, right. I think
No,
the
I
guy
think-
like plays
not being in
bridge.
LA.
He has his crew. Yeah, he does his thing. He has his thing, and I'm sure. I don't know. I think money doesn't solve everything for sure, but I think if you have like a good, kind of simple life that you know what you're doing, you have your friends, you have your thing, and you have tens of billions of dollars, you probably get to live till fucking 95.
Yeah. And I look, I think the other thing about Warren Buffett, it's like a lot of people have always commented on things, you know, he was very late to investing in technology.
Yeah.
I think Apple was really his first big technology investment.
Hated Bitcoin.
And he's continuing to be late on things. And I think it clearly does not matter because he has better performance than anyone else. And by the way, he's like dumping all his Apple stock now. He still believes it's a great company, but I think he sold $25 billion last quarter.
Right.
He also had very nice things to say about Jerome Powell, that he's doing an incredible job. And the actual problem in the United States is really around the fiscal deficit that Congress has control over.
Right.
And that is actually the real problem in the country, that the spending has gotten out of control. I put it like this. The federal government is so big in terms of the US economy. They're propping it up in order to keep any sense of normalcy. It's their spending that's keeping people employed, that's keeping the money flowing. But unfortunately, that is causing an enormous deficit, which is also causing all this inflation, which is affecting the rest of the economy. So I think he's pretty aware of all those things. And he has like a pretty broad kind of group of investments. Everything. Apple's still his largest holding. And he missed tech, and he's still the biggest shareholder of Apple.
Yeah, right.
He's still big in the railroads. He's still big in things like that.
Yeah.
So his thesis, historically has been very, very accurate.
You know what I struggle with everyone commenting on the federal debt is where else are people going to invest? So everyone's going to buy U.S. treasuries.
Yeah, but you could still run the country better. That's a shitty excuse.
Yeah.
Can I give you an example? We have a homeless problem in the city, right? I've given up. I live in Zombieland. And same, right?
Yeah.
You live in Zombieland, I live in Zombieland. I've given up. Our mayor,
I had a zombie in my house.
yes, okay.
Right.
Our city is incapable of fixing the problem.
Yeah.
We are going to have mass homelessness in the city of Los Angeles forever because we have dummies running this city. Okay.
Right.
I'm okay with it. I've come to the conclusion, no matter where I live in this city, we will have homelessness. That is my acceptance.
Well, like I know some people who don't like see many homeless people. Like, I mean, like you can live in this city.
Oh, they live in Beverly Park?
Yeah. But no, like close. And like there's stores, there's like there's a way.
There is a way, but I'm
just
unfortunately
need
not
$100
there.
million.
So I don't live there. So
Yeah.
that's not my existence. My existence is the heart of West Hollywood.
Right.
So I live in Zombieland.
You could get an exit and do it. I mean, just trying to be optimistic.
But listen, I want to frame what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the fact that like our politicians are morons. They're the dumbest people we've ever met.
Yeah.
I agree with
Okay.
that. Yep. That's a fact.
They're literally fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And incompetent.
All sides.
Yes.
Right.
All sides.
And I think I'm okay with that. There's certain
How are you
things
okay with that?
because
You could just say, I accept that.
no, I'm okay with
But
it.
hold on, get to your ending because I want to see how you connect this to
No,
honest deficit.
here's my thing is we're not afraid to spend money.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely not.
So if we're not afraid to spend the money, and we know that everyone is stealing all the money that we're spending as a government,
Yep.
That's why, to me, the deficit is unacceptable because you're not providing the services to the fucking people. If I was able to send my kids to the best public school and walk safely, and then this is what really pissed me off.
But
this
so
weekend.
you haven't accepted that you're always going to see homeless people.
No, but that part I'm okay with. I need to get something. Right now, I get nothing. I get potholes. I get homeless. I get crime. I get a fucking shitty ass city. Okay. The one thing I want. This is the only thing I want.
You have a request.
I have one request.
Okay.
I will accept incompetence on every level.
Except.
I spend an ungodly amount of time
Yeah.
at a park in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. Pan Pacific Park.
Yeah.
It's next to the Grove.
Yeah.
We spend half our fucking weekend at this park.
Yep.
My 3-year-old has to take a shit every time we go to this park.
Yep.
That's a shitty bathroom.
You shitty is the under fucking represented term of the century.
So that's all you want is a nice bathroom at Pan Pacific Park.
I literally will accept everything else. When I walk into Pan Pacific Park,
I would never take a shit at Pan Pacific Park.
Miles is taking shits there every day.
I mean, at least he's going to have a really strong immune system.
I mean, and we're like holding him so he doesn't put his. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, these kids these days that get sick and have immunity, allergies to everything, this guy's going to be bulletproof.
Yeah, blue zone.
Right. He literally,
I mean, it's just homeless people taking shits in there.
Yeah, and like you can't, like I maybe went in high school to the public restroom twice.
Right.
Because it was so disgusting. This is 500 times disgusting. I've never taken a shit in prison.
Yeah.
But I would assume Pan Pacific is on par with that.
I would
don't
say
know. I've
it's
seen some-
cleaner.
In prison.
I think prison's cleaner because
Yes.
it's two people in a
And you got
cell.
to clean up after yourself.
Oh yeah, you have a toilet in the cell?
Yeah, it's not a communal. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's way
And
better.
people are like making wine and stuff in there. You got to clean up. It's
so
way
yeah, so
worse.
then
So here's
that's my only request. Whatever. You want zombies,
That's fair.
you want protest, you can have all of it. I want to go to Pan Pacific Park and walk in a fucking clean bathroom.
Yeah.
I want to
That's fair.
actually mention
That's
something.
my only request.
I have no complaint.
If I ever became a billionaire, the first thing I would do is literally put security and a janitor full time.
I want to mention
Every time I go to that place,
something
it's been fucking clean.
We like to talk about the bubble.
Yeah.
So we went to an event last night. Can't say the names or anything. It was a wedding. It was in a gated country club of one of the nicest country clubs in Los Angeles.
Oh, I saw that.
And the number of security that the family had
Yeah.
was insane.
Whose family? His or hers?
I don't know who,
Right.
but it was just
At the private
earpieces.
country club?
After you get to the gates, everyone had earpieces. You
I like
saw
it.
that, D, right?
Yeah. You
I
have
think
to.
that is the modern day. That's the modern day flying private in LA is security out the ass.
And by the way, if you're really rich, why not? The places we're living in
Yeah.
a war zone.
But think about
Yeah.
if you're past a gated place,
I know.
you believe that you need to have 8, 10, 12, whatever
I
it
know.
was.
You don't know all the guests.
You just don't know. See, but that's the problem. I do want to say, not to like, who cares, but like part of the problem is once you get into I need security mindset, it's kind of like a slippery slope to where like you always need it, you need more of it, you need whatever. And I feel like you start to feel less safe just because you visually see security. It starts to reinforce that the world is not safe. Like, I'm not saying that those people shouldn't have had it or that anyone shouldn't have it. It's just unfortunate that you feel like you need it because it's more of like representative of how it feels. And if you feel that unsafe, especially at that place,
Yeah.
that's sad.
That is bad.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't even want all that. I'm okay with all the rest of it. I just want to go to a public park. Shockingly, the city of West Hollywood.
Yeah.
So this park, Pan Pacific, is in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The city of West Hollywood Park, which we frequent a lot as well, incredible bathrooms. They have a fucking guy standing outside of them now.
Why don't you go there?
Well, that's not where all the sports are for the kids.
But
What about
can
that
I-
park
can I
like
tell
on
you the
Benedict
counter to
Canyon
this-
in Beverly
which one?
Hills? Is that nice? The one like Beverly Hills, Benedict Canyon.
Oh yeah, that park's fine.
Or
The
whatever
bathroom's
that
fine
is.
there.
Is that Benedict Canyon?
Yeah.
But I
Cold
will
water.
tell you the counter
Cold
to
water.
the security.
But I'm talking about, hold on one second. I'm talking about, it's not cold water. It's
Where the fire station is.
Homely.
Right by Holmby Hills.
Yeah, that park's great.
That park's great. It's huge.
So it's just, that sucks too, because Pan Pacific is a really like massive, nice park, but
And
you're
by
just
the
too
way,
far east.
The exciting thing about Pan Pacific Park that actually gets me really excited, the park is slammed every single day. We go weekdays, we go weekends, we go weeknights. There's so many kids there, adults, everyone's being active, and it's like, it's so good for society. Just seeing a park makes me happy.
Wouldn't you like
invest? It's such an opportunity
Yeah.
to invest in the experience. Like if you think about some of the challenges of why, if you look at these secondary impacts of some of the things of school and stuff like that, it's like safe spaces, community. Parks are incredibly important for that. And the fact there isn't security and there isn't fucking a good bathroom.
Yeah.
I know how stupid that sounds, but like I think a good bathroom fucking matters.
Of course it does.
For kids.
It's
Yeah,
really
of
not
course.
For
stupid.
me,
Yeah, it's not
I don't
stupid.
want to piss in there. I literally was begging Miles yesterday, let's drive home. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll take you home. And Haley's like, and there's a group of parents listening and they're like, yeah, man, this bathroom over on this side is less disgusting than those bathrooms over there.
Yeah.
And literally, it's
fucked
like,
up.
dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But so the comment I wanted to make about the wedding we were at yesterday is with the number of security guards that were there, it makes you feel like kind of insecure. Like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have
That's
security?
what I'm saying. It's bad for it's a mental thing that I don't think is good.
Like I was walking around and I mean, whatever, we're all guests.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, is this guy gonna
Yeah.
It's just like weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's
That's
not
where
good.
we're at.
I think it's really bad. I think that what has happened to LA and to a lot of cities, which is why I don't think it's too bubbly, in the last 5 years is like really, really, really bad. I don't think it's like, oh, I don't want to see homeless people. Oh, it's not. It's like, I think it's a psychological thing that it doesn't look positive. It doesn't look like a bright future. It doesn't look safe. It doesn't look like a place you want to raise kids.
I think it hurts the mood of the city.
And it affects people like even wanting to have kids.
Yeah.
You know, like if there's a feeling of like, I don't want to take my kid to the.
I mean, there's so many people I know that be like, I would never, who don't have children. When I have children, I would never raise them in this city. I would move to the suburbs.
Right.
That's a very common thing that happens. Like you don't want to raise your kid in a metropolitan area because it's loony bin.
Yeah. Yeah. It just feels very dangerous and weird. And yeah. Anyway, reasonable ask.
But if you all else fails, you can move to Italy and buy a house for $1.
So there's this new buy a house for $1 thing. I saw him doing it in Baltimore.
It's happening in basically cities all over the world where they've had mass, basically people leaving.
Right. You're going to be doing that in West Hollywood soon.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not happening. Judging by the prices.
I wish. Yeah. So
But-
in these cities, like in inner city Baltimore, like I said,
Like
they're
I
doing
understand
it.
Baltimore,
Other places.
Italy, villages in France, villages in Italy. They're basically like, if you look at Italy and France, these are like aged populations, no population growth, need people to come move in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're offering these things where like $1 a house, come on down, basically live here, pay taxes and recreate. Look, I think it's an amazing idea. I actually do think it's an amazing idea. And I constantly on CNBC, I read these articles of like older Americans that basically close to retiring age. If they could retire in America, they would have, but they don't have enough money.
Yeah.
Have moved to Mexico.
Right.
Into like these beach towns. And they found like, hey, I could live like a pretty good life.
Right.
So I think like there's two things that happened during COVID that I think is a reaction to this is basically there's one group of people who are like, I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
I got to do the most. I got to travel. I got to work harder. I got to do everything. I want to spend time. I want to do everything.
Yeah.
And there's other people who be like, you know what? I could go soon.
Yeah.
I might as well have my best years in a place where I want to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
And I think people are moving to cities and countries and states where they feel like they'd be a lot happier.
Yeah.
And by the way, like moving to Italy, like I've spent a lot of time there the last year. if depending on like where I was in life, it's not a bad idea. It's like it's probably pretty fun. Like it's a different obviously speed
and beautiful aesthetic.
Yeah, and it's just like
there's a group that it's probably great for.
Yeah, and I think people need to start rethinking. Going back to the original conversation we're talking today was about the simplest things is what the healthiest people have lived off.
Yeah.
And I think, fuck it, go move to Italy. You could retire in Italy with like $100,000.
Yeah.
You'll live like a king.
I also think there's a natural, we've talked about this when we talked about like real estate investing and buying houses. Not real estate investing, but buying a house or renting. There's like a natural human desire to own a home.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that like there's these people that are at retirement age, and like some people, you're right, do just want to travel and it's more about that. But there's a really big group of people that just, it's like, I just want to own something. Like I just want to have my home.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that here, then there's options.
Yeah. I think the concept of owning a home is very much important to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I don't at this point in my life, but I get it. I get it.
Because like I have 2 kids. And I don't give a shit if I'm renting or
that's
owning.
you. But there's a lot. Everyone else thinks otherwise.
No, I know. I'm just saying I don't know what the mentality is.
But let me tell you what it is. Like when I look at you, Anna, this isn't a dig. And you used to, I don't think you do as much anymore. You used to go to like 20 weddings a year.
Yeah.
Right. I looked at that and I was like,
why would you go to 20 weddings?
Why would you do that? Who even wants that many friends? But I get it. To you, that was fun. That kind of filled you up. You know, like some of them weren't, but like, you know, whatever. I just think people are different. And there's a lot of people that just kind of felt like I'm going to own my space. It'll be mine. And they never got to do it here. And there's these opportunities, but there's something to just, it's mine. I want my space. I want my thing. Even though we can logically say, does it really matter? It's more of a psychology thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But I get it. I don't need it at this moment, but I get it.
Yeah, the only kind of concept that has resonated with me is like, if this is the home you're going to be in for the next, whatever, for the rest of your life. And
a lot of people,
but that's these people.
And that's where you make your memories. That's where you have your,
right.
things with your kids and stuff.
Yeah, you have a different view. I mean, you have young children. You're making memories right now.
Yeah, and we can move to the next place.
Yeah, but like other people, the home they brought their baby to is where they want to live the rest of their life.
I also think it's a little different. Like number one, it might just not be for you, and that's totally fine. I also think it's a little different when like you could buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's just people who like, it's just something they've always wanted and they haven't been able to get it. And they've been priced out in America, anywhere they would want to live. And so this thing opens up in Italy, $1 a house. These people put $35,000 renovating $1 house and fucking love it. And it's theirs and they made it how they wanted. And there's just like an ownership. There's a control thing.
Yeah.
Settled.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be for you. It's not for you.
It's not for me.
I don't get it either at this moment for me, but I'm get
just
it
saying,
in other
like,
people.
if you're anyone, right? Doesn't matter if you're buying a.
Yeah, but you're only looking
I
at
wish
it.
my dad was here. I bet you my parents could not. I bet renting a house at their age and like, I bet that just seems gross to them.
No, but I'm saying if it doesn't matter if you're buying a $500,000 condo, a $2 million house, your down payment underperformed.
Yeah, but
I know, but you're thinking financial.
You're only thinking about money. 90% of people do not live their life thinking about money.
You know that dog you have? How much is the food every month? How much? You
should have even had kids.
No, I love this dog.
If you didn't have kids, you'd be way richer.
Of course it would be.
Think of all the trips you could do.
Exactly.
They like
people
their house.
Yeah, you can't view the lens of money and everything.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
No, but I think the problem in American society is they think the house is a financial investment.
I know, but that's not why they're buying it. 90%.
You can't compare it to kids. Sorry. Like you have your kids.
Well, look, at a fundamental, you're saying it's not a great financial investment.
It's not a bad one.
At a fundamental level, if you put,
It's probably the poorest use of capital of
doesn't
your.
matter. It's
doesn't matter.
better than cash. That's the
kids.
poorest. The poorest is putting in a savings account.
Yeah.
So I think
No.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you mean? You put an S&P.
No, but
no, that's advanced.
Yeah.
The secret is that's actually the best, smartest investment advice. I'm saying most people think about it like this money's going to be in a savings account. Most people do not put their money in an S&P index. It's in a savings account. So if you can save up that money, put it into a house, even if you gain 6% a year in normal times, obviously not in these times, it's an investment. It's better than cash. You get to live in it. You don't get to live in your index fund.
Yeah.
You get to live in it. You get to fix it up a little. You get to fix the doors.
you have
get
your
to
best memories of your life in your home.
I changed that doorknob.
Yeah.
Remember when little Billy put his head through the wall? I fixed the drywall.
Yeah.
My house. And you're parking your money into something that,
Yeah.
you know, it's that. It's an American fucking staple.
I
It's
don't
not
even
the
think
best
it's an American
investment.
thing. I think, you know, it's everywhere. Even in India, like all our family owns homes, owns apartment, owns a place.
Yep.
Owning is important.
It's a human thing. You want
Yeah.
your cave.
But none of the three of us own anything.
Because, I mean, because you have a different particular,
Well,
mine is
yeah.
purely financial. I would love to own a home.
Yeah, I don't care at this point in my life, but I lightly understand the desire. And I think later in my life, I will very much understand it.
Yeah.
Because it's also, you can do what you want. That's what it is too. It's a freedom of like, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but if I wanted to rip out that and make a playroom for
Yeah.
the kids, I could.
Yeah.
No one can tell me shit
Yeah.
from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah. I
Don't
actually
tread
think
on me. I think it's
that
American.
psychology. We have that dilemma in our house that we're renting is because it's not ours.
Yeah.
We want to make changes
Yeah.
and it's not possible.
And if you want to fix a AC or something, you got to call
Yeah.
daddy and say, hey, we need the,
Yeah.
no, fixing that shit myself.
Yeah. God damn it.
America, God
I will
damn
say,
it. I just put in
I
a new
think-
AC unit.
I think I might have just gotten lucky with an incredible landlord, like
Yeah.
a great family,
Yeah.
and they do everything for us. And
Yeah.
when we do things, I don't even ask them, and they just like, oh my God, it's so amazing. You have the trampoline, you have this, that.
Yeah. Imagine if they were like, no trampoline, insurance, whatever.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
do it. No one wants to be, it's just like that. Let me get my space. Don't tell me what the fuck to do with it. It's mine.
I think I got
And
lucky.
it gains a little bit of interest.
Yeah.
Or it gains a little bit of value.
Like we
And by
put
the
up
way,
all
it's
those
you
we
get
put
the
up all
tax
those
benefit too.
Christmas lights and Halloween lights, and
Yeah.
we didn't
Yeah,
have
but
to
that's
ask them.
fine. What
Some
if you
people
wanted
say
to
no.
demo the room? You can't do that.
Right.
You
What
want
do
to
you
blow
mean?
out the wall between your living room and your playroom. You want to blow it out. You can't do that.
Okay, ask them.
Ask him if say, hey,
He probably would say fine,
okay, do it. I want to see him say yes.
but I don't want to do it.
No, but
it's
ask
just-
him just to see. He's not going to let you do
Right.
it.
And I think the other thing is that people don't want to have to ask.
Yeah.
They want to say that they can do what they want to do.
Yeah. I think that matters.
We got to finish up with this Peloton. Oh man. I mean, just, I don't even know how to frame this. I mean, I think just D really won on this one. I mean, you must think about this as you're kind of dozing off to sleep at night, for those of you who are new or whatever, D, for years, even when Peloton was soaring during COVID, really, I don't know why, he took it so personal, but he just, developed he made Peloton his enemy.
Yep.
His mortal enemy. And he just said it was stupid and he blah, blah, blah. And it's worthless and the stock is worthless. Everything's worthless. From what I know, some of this actually got back to some pretty high levels at Peloton.
Yeah.
The founder and CEO.
Right. Okay.
I think he said, tell him to fuck off or
Yeah.
something.
He talked shit to D.
Which is right. That should be his response.
Yeah.
And so here we are today. Let's fast forward today. I mean, they've just gotten the shit kicked out of them every which way.
Yeah.
And so I see these fun things online sometimes that are like, if you had invested $1,000 into Apple in 1984, today you'd have $10 million, you know? And so there's one for Peloton. If you had invested $1,000 into Peloton on the day it went public.
Guess how much would you have? Guess how much?
$1,000. How long ago was that?
2019.
Okay, so 5 years ago. Okay, I'm going to give an honest guess. I think you would have $120.
Okay.
I haven't looked, so I would guess it's definitely 90% down. So similar.
Yeah, it's 108.
Damn. I went low too. Damn. Can anyone, there's no way to, can anyone pull up quickly, like if you had invested 1,000 in Apple in 2019?
You know what's funny is
If you had invested $1,000 in 2021, you would have $18. Because the stock
Peloton.
went up so much in 2021, you would have $18 right now.
Josh, can you look up Apple stock price 2019, whatever.
to
Any-
2024.
It says
2019 May.
It says if you invested $1,000 in Apple 5 years ago, it'd be worth $5,015.55.
This is why you invest in
Can
your
you check
home.
Google?
Just in case.
2019 to
right.
2024. Google.
Yeah, that's why old Warren,
It's simple.
yeah.
This stuff is simple.
Even the health thing is simple. Life is simple.
It's all
Move to
Everyone
Omaha.
overcomplicates it.
steak and S&P indexes.
Have steak, walk around,
Get some sunlight.
Get some sunlight.
Put your money in an index.
put your money in an index.
Right.
Call it a day.
Bet on the market.
Don't buy a house.
This is not
No,
investing
you're gonna buy
advice.
a house. I think
Buy a
part
house.
of it's buy
Tear
a
down the
house.
wall.
Because you're happy.
Josh?
Google's not popping up as quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
but anyways, the Peloton thing is really funny because the founder and CEO bragged about
His yacht.
his yacht.
oh fuck. The same guy that talks shit to you?
I'm sure that has been returned.
You think so?
No
But
way.
He's been selling his real estate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But do you think he took it out borrowed against his Peloton
No, but
stock?
it's like, here's the thing is,
When you're worth like,
$5 billion, you're like, fuck it. Yeah. Buy me a yacht, buy this house, blah, 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 blah. When the ship's sinking, literally.
the boat sank.
Yeah. I mean,
the
here's-
boat, you think he sold to the Ukrainian?
for sure.
Plenty, yeah. He probably,
And the
easy.
Ukrainians like,
Chump
fuck
change.
it, leave those 5 dumb bikes on there with
Yeah,
iPads. What
right.
do I give a shit?
You think Ukrainians are using the Pelotons?
No.
No, hell no. The babes might be.
Yeah, the babes are using it.
Yeah. So I just want to say it again. Apple, $1,000 at IPO in 2009, you'd have 5,000. 2019, I'm sorry. You'd have 5,000.
Yeah.
2019.
Google's
Peloton.
2,500 from 5 years ago.
Yeah, wow. Apple really is the best.
It is. Warren knew. And then Peloton, you'd have $108. Damn.
Life is so simple. Just stick to the basics.
It's really, so let's just go over it again. This is the group chat protocol. This is not investing advice.
Yes.
Protein,
Protein,
sunlight,
sunlight.
hobbies or passions,
Yeah.
social connections,
Yeah.
index funds.
Index funds. That's it.
That's it.
You do that, you're probably going to live one of the greatest lives ever.
Exercise.
Exercise. You got to exercise.
Physical activity.
Walk.
There's your life.
Yeah.
Great. On that note, the group chat protocol.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great week. Make a list. I'm pretty serious actually. You should make a list of those however many 5 or 6 buckets. Write what you have in them. What are your hobbies, passions? What's your form of exercise, social get-togethers,
Yeah, no, I actually
food intake, and
to that point, we had a conversation, and it's actually my fantasy chat, and everyone was talking about health for whatever reason,
yeah,
because we're all old now.
right.
And the through line after listening to all these podcasts and biohackers, it's eat less, physical activity, and make sure you do strength training.
Yeah. It's really simple. Okay. Well, there you go. Look, don't say we never gave you anything. There's the key to a happy life, brought to you by Group Chat. Shout outs.
You got, I'm going to head down.
Okay. From All Is Whale, shout out to SC Women's Beach Volleyball defeating UCLA. Bruins. Bruins had a heck of a year, but the Trojans were unstoppable. Fight on. Later, D. Have
Fight
fun.
on, Trojans.
Have a good trip.
D's heading to New York.
D's heading to New York. If you see him out in the street.
Knicks!
Oh yeah, he's going to the Knicks game. So this is actually really funny.
Is this potable or no?
Yeah, this is definitely potable.
What happened?
So if you see on Instagram and social,
Yep.
there's these crazy Knicks fans that go viral on social media.
Okay. Like crazy New Yorkers.
Crazy.
It's the side talk guys. You know that blog from New York?
It's the same guys over and over.
Yeah.
But they get fans
Yep.
to do crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And D said he's going to be one of the fans saying crazy things if they win tomorrow.
That's good.
Or if they lose, he can talk shit.
When's the Cavs game?
I have no idea. I know the Knicks play tomorrow. They
What are
play
they on?
Pacers. Game 1. It's a new series. But he said he's going to be a crazy fan.
I love it. I
So
hope he
if-
gets
So if you
Captured.
catch him on social, or if you're in New York,
right.
take a video of him.
Throw your popcorn at him. Throw some ice cubes. Okay, I love that. That's good. Okay, shout out to Juhi.
I think
You're better at this stuff than me.
shout out to Juhi for her early 30th birthday. Her and her husband Neil went to USC, and are fans of the pod. Meha and Suraj look forward to celebrating with you this weekend, May 10th.
Yeah, May 10th weekend. There you go. Okay, you're better at the names than I am. All right, next up from Nabil. Shout out to my boy Elijah. He recently got a new job and has been putting in work OT. When he's not working, he's working on his mobile detailing business. # big up. Shout out to Elijah. From Ray Ray. Shout out to Brenda for starting a new job at Altamed. She is the best nurse you'll ever meet. Also, shout out to me for starting a new job at Providence. We both got about $8 jump in pay. Nice.
Like that.
Yeah, shout out to Brenda and Ray Ray. And from Rich, shout out to Gilly and Hannah on their new home together. Can't wait to see it sometime in the next 5 years.
And is that Gilly?
It's
Or
got to be Gilly. It's got to be.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, Gilly.
Look, yeah, Gilly and Hannah.
Yeah.
They got a new home. See,
Yeah,
look at that.
no.
Home buyers. Maybe. They could be renting.
Should have rented.
Yeah, they might have. They didn't say their new home purchase. They just got a home together. Okay, that's it. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the group chat protocol. Feel free to send us your list of how you fill your buckets. Very important, but also very simple. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Peace.
Bye-bye.